Hi everybody, it's Laura from Green Tree. I am here today to talk to you about what vegan means. Now I know some of you are going to have this right down and some of you aren't. It's handy information to have if you find yourself cooking for somebody who has different dietary restrictions than your own. I'm also just going to take a quick aside here to say, I don't know if you've seen this yet, excuse me, but we have redone the front. You can see I've got this giant produce display behind me, which incidentally, everything on this would be vegan, all of these fruits and veggies. We've done some other things, moving stuff around in the store, so if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, come on down. In another week or two after we finish the rearranging process, I'll probably give you a video tour of the new setup of the space. But for now, I just wanted to let you know that some stuff is moved around and we are happy to help you find things when you come in. So, quick broad strokes. A vegan diet is a diet that is free of animal products. Typically, those are dairy and eggs and meat. Now, there are some other little additives and things that can sneak in that we'll talk about a bit, but it's not actually all that hard to cook for people who are vegan. There are a ton of quick and easy replacers. One that's really popular is the Beyond Meat burger. You can check these out. I mean, they look just like a burger, and this is a vegan burger. So if you're grilling, you come down, pick out a couple of these, and whoever needs the special diet in your group can go ahead and have these guys. It's pretty easy to replace dairy. Get some nice cheeses, like these lovely Chow slices, or some Kite Hill cream cheese. I mean, really pretty much anything, there's going to be a one-for-one replacer. This is a really great coffee creamer that's very popular. It's a blend of coconut and almond. So you can go ahead and just put these into any recipe in replacement for the non-vegan options. Now, some of the tricky stuff that people will sometimes not realize is not going to be vegan. Oh, hi, I got a wave. Hi, Sarah. Some of the things that people don't always think of is broth. If you put chicken broth or beef broth or something, say, into a batch of mashed potatoes, that's going to make it not vegan. But you can just as easily use a vegetable broth. Like I said, most of the time you can do a one-for-one replacement. Now, it's not just going to be the obvious stuff like a steak or an egg that you can have in these dishes. Other things to watch out for are white sugar. If it doesn't specify, white cane sugar is often cleaned with something called bone char. It's a kind of a byproduct of the meat industry, and it's basically used to turn your sugar white. But it's really, really easy to just use a sugar that hasn't been bleached. Like you can see these Florida crystals, it's a little bit on the brown side. It's got kind of a creamy color to it. And you can use this one-for-one instead of regular white sugar, and then a dish is going to be vegan. You can also use other sugars like sucanat or turbinado that are naturally still brown in color, and those are not going to have been filtered with bone char. Brown sugar, though, despite the name, actually is white sugar that has been basically heated up a little bit and had molasses added back into it. So brown sugar, unless it's got this handy little V on it, is not going to be vegan. And this is something you can look for on any kind of prepackaged food. If you see that little V in a heart, that means this food is vegan. This is also really handy if you have someone who doesn't eat certain animal products, like certain types of meat, or if they need things to be kosher or halal. If you find something that says vegan on it, you can know there's no animal byproducts in that food, and people who don't choose to eat certain animals for other reasons will still be able to go ahead and eat these products. Hi, I got another wave. Hi, Chris. So those are a couple of things to watch for: broth and bone char in sugar. And then another thing that you actually might be a little surprised by is certain beers and wines are not actually vegan, partially because of the clearing agents that they use to make them not have a cloudy finish. One particular item is called isinglass, is a fish product that's used to make beers clear. Now, because beer and wine typically doesn't have to have the ingredients listed on the label, it's something that can be a little bit harder to find. But if you have access to Google, there are a ton of resources out there. Just put in, is X beer or wine vegan? And you'll get a whole list. A lot of them are. Fun fact, Guinness in a keg is vegan, Guinness in a can usually is not. So there's little things like that that you can look for to make it easier when you are serving people that have these different dietary needs. So those are the basics. Like I said, no animal products. When in doubt, don't gift a vegan pearls or silk or wool or leather. Those are also animal products that we would have in our clothing that people usually wouldn't want to receive as a gift. Hi Anita, I just got another wave. So you wouldn't kind of want to give those to people as well. So it extends into body care products and clothing. And in body care you want to watch out for beeswax. Another food item you want to look out for is honey. That's one that not a lot of people realize, but honey is an animal product. It's made by bees. Some vegans will choose to consume it, but if you don't know for sure about the person that you're cooking for, it's best to avoid honey, beeswax, royal jelly, bee pollen, any of those types of items. And silk, I think I already said that silk is an item not to get, but silk is actually made by worms, by silkworms. They're more like a caterpillar than like an earthworm, but it's still a living creature that people don't want to use the products from. So that's another one to watch out for. If there's a particular recipe or dish that you would like to know how to make vegan, go ahead and throw it in the comments. We've got tons of great recipes and resources. I'm going to tell you that some of my favorite websites are the Post-Punk Kitchen. It has so many fantastic recipes. Even if you're not vegan, they're just tasty. So those are really good to use. As far as cookbooks, the Uncheese Cookbook and the Complete Guide to Vegan Food Substitutions are really handy resources. And there's always just YouTube and Google. When in doubt, ask the internet or come on down to your co-op and ask us. We'll tell you how to make it. So I hope that helped clarify a little bit if you weren't sure what's vegan and what's not. It is totally possible to get a decent amount of protein on a vegan diet between mushrooms and nuts and seeds and things like beans and rice combo together, quinoa. Like there are plenty of plant-based sources of protein, so that's usually not an issue for people. You can get vegan vitamins for like B12 and A and D. So it's totally possible to do it without having any kind of nutritional shortfalls. So there you go. Hopefully that helped you out a little bit. Like I said, if you have any questions, want to know how to make any specific dishes, throw it in the comments. If you don't want to make something vegan and you got somebody coming over, you can also just call us. Our deli's got plenty of stuff on the shelf and we can always make things special for you as well. So hopefully that helped. Come on down and see this fabulous new setup that we've got going on in the store. Get a little tour of that and have an awesome Saturday. I had to think about it. I normally do these on Tuesdays, but I hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday and I'll see you next week. Bye.